Jimmy claims he was so torn, he didn't know which way to go. Chelsea told him that she looks like Megan Fox. In that moment, in that moment when she said, I get people mistake me for Megan Fox, Jimmy made his decision and now he regrets it. Once again, y'all, welcome back to the channel. I'm Tammy. This is Tammy Talks. So we're back to talk Love is Blind, season 6, episode 5. We got the congestion out the way, but now my ear is clogged, so I feel like I'm talking loud, but I may not be. But my ear does hurt, so we're gonna get through this. I picked the damnedest time to get sick. We're going to get through this, all right? But if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, thumbs up the video if you enjoy it, and then hop in the comment section so we can talk about everything that happened in this episode, episode 5. Some of y'all been posting spoilers. You've been blocked one by one. I told y'all. There's just no need. There's just no need to post spoilers. So, handful of y'all have already been shown the way out. Y'all will be unblocked after the season, okay? So, the episode starts off with Chelsea. So, remember, Chelsea was torn between Jimmy or Trevor. She didn't know which way to go. Both of them were ready to propose to her. She goes to Jimmy, and Jimmy proposes to who he thinks is a Megan Fox doppelganger. So he proposed to this woman, even though she has not fully expressed how she feels about him. That's the thing. I was at least rooting for Jimmy and Jessica because Jessica was very open and honest about her feelings. Jessica was very clear in how she felt about Jimmy, and she made sure that Jimmy knew that. He told Chelsea that he loved her, and she said she wanted to pass out or throw up, or whichever one she told to him, but she never said it back. So, somebody not saying that I love you until after you propose to them, I would think is a red flag. But maybe that's just me. But that will come across as a red flag to me. Okay? So he then said that he could care less what she looks like. And I said, okay, wait till you see her. And by no means am I saying that Chelsea is an ugly woman, but you can't hype yourself up and say that you look like somebody when you don't. And that was what she did. And she did that for a reason, right? We know that she did that for a reason. We know that she did that with Chelsea, I believe, had malintent behind her saying that. She knew that he was torn between her and Jessica, right? Chelsea might even feel as if Jessica is prettier than her. So that was why she said that, to try to get the upper edge. But there's a reason that Chelsea said that, and it kind of backfires. So Chelsea then goes to see Trevor. She tells him that he is a phenomenal person and that he would fit perfectly into her life, but she cannot give him she can't give him all of her, right? I can't give you all of myself because I'm rolling with somebody else. She says she doesn't have a reason why. So Trevor asks her, so let me just get this straight. Let me understand. You are choosing someone that was not sure if they wanted you or another girl instead of choosing the person that 100% wants you. And when you put it that way, that kind of solidifies why I could never be on this show, ever. This is why. I'm not going to sit and beg somebody and try to sell myself sight unseen to somebody that is picking between me and then girl B over here to the side. And when the way that Trevor said that, here you have somebody that is 100% all about you, right? And no, you can't help how you feel and who you love and whatever the case, but here's a person that is 100% about you. You have feelings for this person back too, but you are choosing to go for the man that could not make a decision on whether or not he really wants to be with you. Let's be real. If Jessica would have not told him that she was kind of done, he wouldn't have proposed to Chelsea. He would have. I think Jimmy would have left the process. To be real, so he then asks if he gives her a marriage speech, would that have changed her mind? I said, don't bang her, Trevor. You can do better, you and your mullet. Don't bang this heifer for nothing because she played both you and Jimmy. So he then asks if you would have come to me first, would you have said yes to me? She doesn't have an answer. The fact that she did not say no is wild. She didn't have an answer. So Trevor is like, well, that's not a good answer for his sake. And it's not. It's not a good answer for Jimmy's sake. So he then tells her he didn't expect to be heartbroken, but he's happy for the two of them. He then tells her, look, I'm not trying to walk out the door crying. So you can go. Because I'm going to sit back in here for a little bit. And I felt bad for him. I did. I felt bad for him. Because I was a mess. Shout out to y'all that told me to get the little vapor stick. So I got these. So I don't have to hold up my Vicks. This is such a mess. Okay. So next up, we have Jeremy. So Jeremy and Sarah Ann are talking. He tells Sarah that he's overwhelmed, but he has decided to be with another person. She takes it way better than I have ever seen anybody on this show take this. So he said that he doesn't have anything negative to say about her, doesn't have any negative feelings about her. He believes that they share just something really special. She asks him, what was the determining factor? Did I do something wrong? She treated this like an interview. What can I improve upon in the future? That's how Sarah was moving. And he said, no, there was no more specific turning point. So I like that she pushed him and she was like, no, you said no for a reason. The choice is for a reason. So she said she now feels foolish. He said that he would never do this again. It was rough. It was tough. He thinking about his Afro puffs, all that type of stuff. She said that she would do it again, and she's glad that he was able to find his person. So she goes back to the little ladies' living area, and she tells Laura that, girl, this is all you. And Laura is like, I didn't want you to find out this way, whatever. But they hug it out, and it was a very, very mature conversation. Again, we get down to these basic ass looking men, Jeremy and Jimmy, and you have these two women that are basically fighting and clawing for them. Who child? Jeremy then goes to Laura. He proposes to her. Good luck. Good luck. Jimmy and Chelsea finally meet. In his confessional, Jimmy pulled a Ross and said that he has never been more sure of Jessica. I said, child, I know you fucking lying, Jimmy. What? So he then cleans it up and was like, no. Chelsea. I said, girl, boy, man, sir, Jimmy, I guess. So the way that she came running down that carpet like a little crackhead. Why did she run down the carpet like that to him? He mad. You can look at his face and tell he's big mad. You know why? Because he's looking for Megan Fox. That's why. So he called her gorgeous, but it was very dry, and you can tell that he is disappointed. So they're finally sitting down. He's checking the time and shit. And she was like, I love you with my whole heart. And he was like, thanks. I really needed to hear that. He then tells her that he almost went home that morning. I said, what? So her whole face dropped. Her whole face dropped. And he was like, it was because, this whole thing was so rough. Here's the thing, though. This is what Jimmy is missing. Jimmy is basically, well, no, not even what he's missing. This is what Jimmy is doing. Jimmy is telling her all these things because he's trying to push her away. Or so that when he does decide to step away from her, Nobody's gonna like throw. Nobody's gonna hold him to it. That's what he's trying to spin. He then was in his confessional and was like, she lied about how she looked. I guess. I mean, I think the entire situation is funny. I think it is because it would be different if we knew that that was not the sole reason for him picking her. She said she looked like Megan Fox. We saw that man's whole face light up, right? So the fact that you heard that, that was your determining factor. Because if Jessica would have told you, who looks closer to Megan Fox, if Jessica would have told Jimmy, I look like Megan Fox, then I think that Jimmy would have been okay. Whatever, whatever. That shit is. Look at his face, y'all. He's so mad. So Jeremy and Laura finally meet. It was awkward. They walk down the carpet like two teenagers that are forced to hold hands or something, or preteens, I should say. She said he smelled outdoorsy, like a campfire. Is that code for musty? Is Jimmy musty? It gave code for musty to me. Maybe that's just me, but I don't want nobody to smell outdoorsy because here in the black community, somebody tells you smell like outside, you need to get your ass in the tub. That's oh my god. I'm laughing so hard in my head, my ear. Okay. That was funny. Um it was just a very blah interaction between the two of them. He asked if she was what he was expecting. She was like kinda a mess. A mess. Mess. Oh my god. Terrible. Okay, so Chelsea and Jimmy. Jimmy said Chelsea promised not to tell anybody because now they're at all the couples have met each other. They're now at the honeymoon situation. So these two are sitting down talking, and Jimmy was like, Chelsea, I thought you promised that you weren't going to tell anybody about our last conversation. I heard you came running up in there saying he loves me, he loves me. Jimmy, you didn't hear that. You didn't hear that at all. You made that up. See, Jimmy's trying to stroke his own ego right now because he is pissed at who he proposed to. So Chelsea was like, that's not what happened. Who told you that they're a liar? I came in. I was talking to Laura. Laura asked how the date went. And I whispered to Laura that you said you loved me. Jimmy, who did not want to talk about any of his other dates throughout the time in the pods, now just became chatty catty, chatty patty, chatty matty, however you want to say it, about Jessica. So he's like, yeah, well, I Jessica came in and she ran through my ass and she did this and she did that and then she was like, she's just kind of slammed into me. It was a bad interaction. He then tells Chelsea, I didn't even have a decision made until, when I told you that I loved you. So let's wrap it up. Let's summarize this, right? So first, Chelsea, this man has told you that he was going to go home that morning before even meeting you. Now he's telling you that even though he told you he loved you, he hadn't made a decision. Um, he was like Jessica was bringing up looks, and that says a lot about her character. And so now Chelsea feels away. She didn't say nothing about you, Chelsea. She honestly didn't. She just said that he was going to, regret when he saw her. So my thing is like, Jimmy, you ugly. Let's be real. Jimmy out here acting like he is like, you know what I mean? Like, Jimmy, you're ugly. Y'all are on the same level of basic ass looking people. I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, everything about Jimmy is ugly. His hair, his personality, the way he keeps talking about looks is giving shallow. You know what I'm saying? You ain't know what's a fine white boy. What's that one white boy's name? I can't never think of his name. Is it Chad Michael Murray? I think that's who it is. That's Let me see if that's who I'm thinking about. Chad. Yeah. You out here acting like you a Chad Michael Murray. You ain't giving this level of scruff. You know what I mean? I just the audacity of him. Sheesh. It was just such a painful conversation. Like he is like kicking her when she's down. It's written all over her face. She ridiculous. Amy and Johnny, she is continually saying that he is not somebody she would have approached in the wild. We get it, girl. You're not that attracted to him. You ain't that hot looking yourself. The way that these people are going on and on about looks, you would think that they would be the cream of the crop, the upper echelon. Y'all are all basic ass looking people. Nobody on this cast is just fine for y'all to even be offended by the people that y'all chose, the people that y'all chose. The people that y'all are matched up with. Nobody should be offended. I feel like everybody's on even playing field. Don't bring it up no more, Amy. Don't bring it up no more, sis. So then we get Clay and AD. Why did they zoom in on his lemon pepper steppers sandals? His sandals have so many damn buckles on them. So they're out by the pool. And he said that AD's superpowers come out when she has on the bathing suit. He's talking about her body. She has a body. I mean, body, yada, 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 right? He then has to check himself and said, I don't want to over sexualize her. She is a person. She is my wife. She deserves more than that, and she does. Don't fetishize this woman. Don't fetishize her. Don't. Because it's looking away. I mean, again, Clay, wave nouveau, S curl, satin waves, whatever you want to call it, that's how you look. Don't fetishize this woman and reduce her down to a piece of meat. It's disgusting. So he then very ignorantly asked if men get rings. And she was like, yeah, you're getting a ring. So he's like, when do I get it? Nigga, you get it when you the way that he's playing in her face, then it's like, oh yeah, I've seen people get the bands. I want a gold one. I want to go. Well, shut your stupid ass up. You know good and goddamn well how a wedding works. Stop it. I don't have time for the stupidity. We don't have time for that today, Clay. Oh, Clay, dumbass. It was ridiculous. So then we get Kenneth and Britney. They're talking. They said neither one of them have an ick about each other yet. He wants them to unpack their day every night before they go to sleep. What went well? What's one thing that they noticed? And then how do they feel about the relationship? She said, I noticed that we're going to have a high water bill because you leave the water running while you wash your face. I like them. I don't have a problem with them. And then finally, we get back to these weirdos. So Jimmy and Chelsea are in bed. She asks if he's excited to see her. Wasn't he with you all day, Chelsea? Chelsea is fishing for compliments, and it's not going the way that she thinks it's going to go because you know this man is not attracted to you. You know that you lied to him by saying you look like Megan Fox. You should have never brought that up. Even though you just said it was because of the eyes and the hair, you don't even have the same eyes as Megan Fox. You don't even have the same hair color as Megan Fox. I'm willing to bet you that not one, I'm willing to bet my entire 401k that nobody has ever told Chelsea that she looks like Megan Fox. Girl, she did one of them little Facebook things where it's like, guess what celebrity you look like? And Facebook be either gassing you or like super disrespectful. And hers was probably like Megan Fox, Beyonce, and then it probably gave her like a Miley Cyrus. It just gives you random ass celebrities. So he just stares at her. Didn't say he was excited to see her or anything. So she asked what is the first thing that he noticed about her. He said that she has big, square, white teeth. I hollered. So then I hollered y'all. When I tell y'all I damn near choked like to death, like I had to pause the TV. I have never. Nick, what? Big square white teeth. So then she was like, well, I think you have pretty eyes. And he was like, no, but you have nice teeth. So then she was like, but what else? And he was like, you have big boobs. I said, child. So she was like, well, I said you have pretty eyes. That's a nice answer. And he was like, you have nice teeth. That's the first thing I noticed because you're always smiling. She then said that she had braces for 9 years. And I'm like, sis. So then she asked if he still liked her. If you have to ask somebody if they like you, they don't. They don't. If you have to ask somebody if they like you, they don't. This was a mess. This was a mess. This was the most entertaining episode yet. The pods be in, but once they get outside of the pods and they are out running amok at this little honeymoon situation, this is where all the real hoopla comes into play. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel, thumbs up the video, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.